Hi, this is Peter Dyke's Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing your weekly star sign here for Taurus for Monday, the April the 28th to Sunday, May the 4th. So let's see what we get here for you. So we'll just start off with like a little overview for you. Okay. I feel like here with you Taurians, there's been a few things kind of holding you back here. So if you look at that, you've got the ball and chain there. It's time to break this in whatever kind of capacity it is. And do bear in mind, sometimes it's life, sometimes it's ourselves. So whichever way it is now, we've got to find a way around things now and move forward. But the energy is up and down. Even when you feel like, you know, you're working on this and try and get around things, it's not just straightforward and simple. So you gotta persevere a little bit. It's like there is a bit of an up and down energy at the moment. But don't worry, you'll get there. I feel like this could go on from anything from 2 days up to 2 months. So just keep doing what you're doing. You will get through this stage, you will. But you are coming in as the wise person. It's like I feel so you do have a wealth of knowledge, but whatever you do, don't feel like you know everything, because sometimes it is even good for you to reach out and get some advice, get some inspiration, get some thoughts coming through. And I feel like that could help you along tremendously on this new journey that you are going along. But whatever worries and concerns you may have, they are unfounded. I don't mean that they're not real, because they are very real. It's just like where there's a will, there's a way. You will find your way forward. It's just going to take time. But it's like a constant battle in your head, trying to work things out. It's like stuff's going round and round in your thoughts. It's a bit like deep thinking, but on a more stronger level. So it's going to take a bit of time for you to get from A to B, but you will get there. You're just going to find it very draining from where you're at to where you're going. So all I'd say with this is, you've got to keep your strength up. You must make sure that you're eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, and then bit by bit, you'll start to get where you need to be. Now, I can see you connecting with this man here, and he's a bit stubborn and a bit set in his ways, but he has got that kind of strength for character, that kind of determination to get things done. It's a bit like he's a natural born leader. So this could be yourself, or it could be somebody that you're connecting with. And I just feel, so whichever way it is, if you're connecting with this person, then you need to try and be on his level. Speaking your mind, saying what you're thinking and feeling. Because if you don't, he will just pick up the slack. He's not doing it to control you. He's just thinking, well, if you're not doing it, we're not getting anywhere, then I might as well lead the way. And he will lead the way. So you've got to be careful of that a little bit, because it will start to look a bit frustrating. But again, could be your own doing. So like I say, speak your mind, say what you're thinking and feeling. Anyway, gradually and slowly but surely, you are going to be moving off in a different direction. You are going to be making changes. And I feel this is going to be good for you. But again, going back to this relationship, if you keep letting him lead the way and you feeling like you're controlled, you could get so frustrated you might think about walking away. But think very carefully before you do, because again, ask yourself, is he really being controlling, or is he just picking up the slack? So you've got to watch out now what you're doing with relationships. It's that little thing you could just sort of spurt out and say, and bang, the whole relationship just explodes. So you've got to make some big decisions here now, and you've got to make sure you make the right decisions. But I tend to think with the victory sword, you will make the right decisions. You will make the right choices. But just think very calmly and clearly before you get to that point. Okay? But if you are feeling you're being controlled and you are standing up for yourself and speaking your mind and you're not breaking through, then fine, do whatever you feel so is right. But one way or another, you've just got to make sure you're on that right path. This could be why it's saying maybe ask for some advice, maybe ask for a second opinion from a friend, a partner, a counsellor, you know, so you don't make the wrong decision. Because sometimes we see one thing and a person opposite can see a different perspective to it. So, very interesting that. Right, let's have a look at relationships, okay. So what's going on with relationships? So we'll just put 4 cards down. 3, 4. Okay, so with relationships, change and new beginnings are coming, and I feel so it's strongly needed. And I feel gradually over the next 3 weeks to 3 months, you're going to have your thoughts and ideas, you're going to look at them, and you're going to implement them. And then I feel so this is where things will take off and happen very quickly for you. But it does feel like sometimes there are certain things that I'm holding on to, and it may be time to let go and move forward. But you've got to figure out what you should let go of and what you should hold on to. So again, I want to go back to seeking that advice to make sure you're making the right decisions. Let me just double check overall energy on the kind of 1 to kind of 10 scale, as if to say, are you making the right decisions and choices? So yeah, it's like you're building up your life. But if you look at that person, it's like he's being watched by 2 admirers and they're watching to see what you're doing. So I would say, again, I feel so definitely do seek out for that advice. And then I feel like as you do that, it's a bit like you're double checking that your masterpiece, whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever trying to create for yourself, is, you're on the right path. But then I suppose we always have to say to ourselves, somebody else might see a different point of view, but it might not be my point of view, and I've got to be true to myself. So maybe take on the advice, double check it, and then do what you feel so is right. Maybe you might look at it in a different way, maybe you won't, but at least you've covered all bases. That is very, very interesting, isn't it, Taurians? Right, let's have a look at work and career. Right, so with work and career, Taurus, it's like you're doing a bit of reflecting. So this is everything that you've built up within your career, which is saying, fine, do I carry on as I am? Or do I bring something into the mix and build it up some more? Or do I get rid of all this and start afresh? So it's a bit like you're going to do a bit of spring cleaning now within your career path and make some positive changes. Now here, you've got the Ace of Wands, which is like me putting a magic wand in your hand saying, right, come on now, you can make this happen, you can make it work. So there is a new career path coming, or possibly ideas maybe to do with business or making some kind of money on the side. And I feel so it's there. It feels quite good and quite positive. But just make sure you don't take on too much. Or if you are taking on this and you know it's the right thing to do, then maybe something's got to let go. Maybe you've got to reach out for a little bit of help, or sort of deal with things in some other kind of capacity. Now, this may confuse you for a little bit, as if to say, oh my goodness, what's the right path here? But you'll figure it out, you really will. So I wouldn't worry too much. But again, it's about double checking everything. Right, let's see what your angels say generally moving forward. So it's time for you to start your own little projects, things that you want to do and achieve, whether it's work-wise or personally. Do sort of connect with your relationship or your marriage and look at that and resolve that. And it's perfect timing for you to do all this. So wow, what a very interesting kind of perspective coming in there for you. So have a think about all this and see what you feel is the best thing for you to be doing. So I hope that makes sense. Hope you've enjoyed that. And I wish you well for the future. So good luck with it all. Thank you. Bye-bye.